and welcome to another Ink Brothers tutorial. I'm Corey and it's me and my brother Chris, and for this tutorial we're going to show you guys how to link dreams together. So I've already got a little bit of a head start, and I made these two worlds, World 1 and World 2, and I'm going to show you guys how to link them together. So the first thing you're going to want to know is that you can only link scenes together. So what I mean by that is when you go into My Creations or Browse and Create, when you hit Start Fresh, you can link game scenes together, story scenes, and then showcase scenes. You can't link character, sculpture, contraction, music, vehicle, or effects. So it's only these three. The two worlds that I created were both game scenes. I guess it's not crazy important, but just in case you really wanted to know. With that, I'll just go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into World 1, and I'm going to go ahead and start from scratch here, other than making a level. So I'm going to hit Edit. Oh, I did already pre-put in a blank. It's just a blank puppet. I haven't put any code in it yet or anything. And I'll just show you from here. So most of the coding really isn't going to involve this guy. So I'm going to show you guys how to do a one-way door first and then a two-way door. So hopefully this video doesn't take too long, because I know the last one I did was kind of lengthy. But you're going to want to go into Gadgets and get your doorway gadget. So you're going to pop that in the scene, and you're going to need that and a trigger zone. And I just kind of made it look like a dumb little portal. Nothing too fancy. But I want him to walk through the portal before the doorway activates. So I'm going to put the trigger zone on the other side. Looks pretty good. I'm not going to go in crazy detail because I'm just showing you guys how to do it, or at least what I've learned. I'm sure there's other ways to do this faster, but this way, I guess, at least works for now. So for a one-way door, this is the world I want to start in. So I want this doorway to read exit, which comes as default, so that's pretty nice. So this is just properties and output. Doorway type, there's only three. You got entrance, exit, and then two-way, which I'm going to go over all three, so you'll at least have a rough idea of how to do it. Oops. Actually, yeah, we can go ahead and name that now. I'm going to name it World 1 Exit. And then these are just your wiper effects, bokeh, dissolve, linear, whole, and then the opposite. And then these down here are just all your effects on how you can alter the wiper. Let's see. And this last is your checkpoints, which when you have doorway as an entrance mode, you can also make it act as a checkpoint on this screen, but this is exit, so it's going to be grayed out for now. So we're going to have this exit, and you don't have to name doorways, but it just helps in the end. It helps you keep track of them. Like, say you have more than one doorway in a map, naming it will help for organization, and you won't have to just play the guessing game. But if it's just a one room with one door, then you don't really need to name it unless you just really want to. So we have this trigger zone activating this doorway, and that's all we need for this world. I can go ahead and show you. So if I let it like that, not connected to anything, I can go to play mode. I'll go into my puppet and I'll walk through this door. Well, it's going to ask me to save. It'll bring me back. Here, I'll do it again. So I'm going to possess my puppet, walk through the door, and it's just going to bring me right back to the menu screen. And if that's all I wanted, then that would be perfect. But I'll show you how to link it to World 2. So I'm going to go in edit mode and pop in another doorway. For a one-way door, you don't need a trigger zone on this side, but you will for a two-way door. So I'm going to name this entrance, and I'm going to name it World 2 Enter. Now, if I were to leave it just like this, then I could even name these doorways the exact same. And if I were to leave it just like this, I'm just going to exit just like you saw, just like you just saw last time I did it. So how you actually go in and link these worlds, I'll go ahead and save. You'll see, it's like a whole different mode. So I back out, I hit start fresh, and then instead of picking these scenes again, if you scroll all the way to the right, you're going to see dreams and linked scenes. So you want to go in here, and this is going to be your roadmap to success. So I can hit search in here, and then I can look for all the scenes that I created. For this case, we're just looking for World 1 and then World 2. So I'm going to pop in World 1 like this, and actually before I explain it, I'll pop in the other worlds. So World 2 would pop in just like that. So all the way to the left here, this is where the character comes in. So I could delete this line and then put it here, and then now if I lined up my dream like this, my character, like say I reset the whole thing, my character would start in World 2 instead of World 1, which I don't want. So I'm going to hook that back to World 1. So I'm going to start in World 1, and then as you can see, because this is what I named my doorway, World 1 exit. And this is what I named it in the World 2 enter. So I can just hit X and then connect these two lines. So now the game or the dream will know which doorways are linked. So then I linked them like that. I hit exit and save, exit edit mode, save, and I'm just going to name it Worlds. So I'm going to back all the way out, back out, and now Worlds will appear. So now I can log into this sucker, hit play, possess my puppet, and now when I walk through the door, whoop, I'm in the next map. Now, I know one thing you're immediately going to notice is that my puppet isn't here, and I'm not attached to it, and it looks like they didn't go through the portal at all, which is true. So for linking dreams, you're going to have to put a puppet in both worlds. So I guess you have something to possess when you get to the other side. I guess I don't know why the puppet doesn't cross over, but for the sake of it, you just have to put two puppets in. So I want to put red puppet here, and then paint this sucker red. So there's two ways to do this, because if I go back and do what I just did, I'm still not, like, say I went back and loaded worlds and I went through the doorway in World 1, I would still show up here and I wouldn't possess the puppet. So you can easily fix that by one of two ways. You just go in here and then use the doorway activated, so when the doorway is activated, you hook this link to the forced possession in this brain. So when you go through the door, you'll just force possess this puppet, and you'll have control of him that way. Or if I wanted, say like I went to that door and I wanted to immediately kick into a scene here or some kind of action or important dialogue, I would just delete this puppet, and then link this to a camera or to dialogue, and then go from there. Now, there's another way to have your puppet force possessed, which I'll show you when I'm doing the two-way door, which I would say is more seamless, but I mean they kind of work the same. It's just whichever way you prefer. So for a two-way door, I'm gonna need a trigger zone on this side. And then connect this sucker to the doorway. And now again, there's two ways to do a two-way door as well. There are two settings you can use for this doorway gadget here. There may be more than that, but I only know of the two at the moment. So I can either go in to both World 1 and World 2 and switch them both to two-way, which could lead actually, I'll just show you before I keep going. So I could go in here, switch this sucker to two-way. Actually, for the sake of the tutorial, or for sake of ease, I'm going to go ahead and hook this to the force possession. So you can go ahead and see that when I demonstrate this other thing I'm about to show you. So, doorway activated to force possession. So what did I just do? I did that two-way, and now I'll go back in to World 1 and make that a two-way door as well. Now I want to show you how the map looks different. So when I go into worlds, oh, here's another thing. So if I were to, I just updated World 1 and World 2, or made changes to them. So just because I made changes to them doesn't mean it automatically updates worlds, this whole separate creation. So in order to update our changes, you have to go into worlds, or your map, edit, and then you see this icon with number 2 next to it. That means there's 2 maps out of this whole web that I've recently updated. So I go to update, and you hit this center icon right here that says update now. This one's inspect version and auto update. I'll be honest, I've never used either one of these two. This is probably wise, but I just always just hit update now, and then I update now. So now both worlds will have all the saved changes, or all the changes that I just saved in it. Exit update mode, and now you can see both the icons change to the two-way symbol. So this is where my character is going to pop up. I can connect this to the first world, and now I'll load in World 1, and then I'll be able to go to World 2, and I guess if I wanted to keep webbing them, I could just keep connecting them off of this two-way. Which actually I'm not sure how that would seem way more confusing than it really needs to be. And just looking, I didn't test it, but just looking at it, like if you tried to go back to that door, I don't know how you would specify which world you want to connect to. But there's, if I wanted this to be its standalone like room, you know, like this is the town, this is the building, its own room, I still could leave it like that. And then when I go out this door, I'm back into the town. So I still could leave it like that, and it wouldn't hurt. You could also reset the progress. So now I'm starting back at the beginning. Play. Go through here. See, I force possessed. I didn't have to repossess him. Walk through here. And then walk back. But I didn't do the auto force possession in World 1, so I had to possess this dude. And then I can just keep going back and forth like that. I could also leave this at exit, and in World 1 leave that doorway as two-way, and it'll still work. The road map is going to look a little different, when you're trying to link the dreams. It's pretty self-explanatory. I'll show you anyway though. It's only going to take 2 seconds. So I'm going to go back to worlds, edit, update, back, and now you just see, since it's not two-way, I left it at exit, and it's telling me, now it's giving me 2 options. So I'm going to delete this line. This two-way is going to enter world 2, and when you're trying to leave out, it's going to go back into world 1. So it's literally going to look the exact same as what I just showed you, with this being two-way and this two-way. It doesn't work with enter. So if I had set the doorway to enter in world 2, I would just leave world 1 and just go back to the menu, and just like I got kicked out of the dream or something. So if you noticed, yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that for a second. Point something out to you guys. So I'm back in world 1. I go through the door, and I'm in world 2. So it worked how I wanted, and I go back through the portal, and now I'm back in world 1. If you noticed, when I went into world 2, my character is summoned right in front of the portal as if it looks like he just walked through that door. But when I go back into world 1, he's summoned right where I initially placed him when I was first creating this world. So there is a way how to fix this. I'll be quite honest, I don't really know how it works, but I know it does work. And I'll show you guys how to do it. And it's really simple. So you just go into the puppet, scope in, and you see his controller sensor. You're going to scope into that sucker and then give it a name. So I'm going to name it sensor 1. And then you save that, right? And I go to world 2. Go into his logic, this puppet's logic, and name this sensor the exact same thing. Go into worlds, update what I just did. Reset my progress, so I start at the first map, hit play, and now when I use this guy, I'm going to go through the portal. Not only that, but I automatically force possess him. So I could delete the force possession. In fact, I don't know if I did or didn't already, but I'll go in and delete the force possession so you can see, but I automatically force possess him. When I go back through the portal, I start right in front of this portal without really any kind of coding, like as if I just walked through the door. I don't really know how it works. I'm really glad it's that simple. I do want to give a special thanks to, let me look up his name real quick, to a guy named Supposer. I went on to feedback.indreams.me, and I was looking through the forums, and the guy's name that posted that solution was named Supposer, so I just wanted to thank him, because that's all he wrote in the comment that he did, and it worked. And then when I wrote it, I didn't really get it. I was like, how is that supposed to work? And then when I put it in here, it worked just like he said it would. So I'm just spreading the news so you guys know. But yeah, it's just that simple. So I just named both the sensors the same thing, and when I walked through the portal, he spawned right in front of it. So like, I'm gonna go, I don't think I force possessed, I sure didn't. So when I exit creation, right, go into world 2, I don't know if I did it or didn't. Yeah, so right now I have it when the doorway's activated, you force possess this puppet so you don't have to wire it. But I'm going to delete that and show you. So go into worlds, edit, update, exit and save, back out, reset my progress so I start back at the first map, play, now I'm going to possess him. Now I'm going to go through this portal and you're going to see now I've automatically force possessed the dude, I didn't possess him or anything, and I'm controlling him, go back to the portal, and I start right in front of the door that I just left out of. So, yeah, that's really it for this tutorial. I'm glad it wasn't as long as the last one I did. So I hope you guys learned some stuff, and I hope this was useful. Feel free to subscribe and like if you really want to. If not, then, you know, yeah, that's cool too.